Welcome to today's news. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanzeeba Noreen. Here are the latest trending news stories from across the globe. Let's dive into today's top headlines. Trump shocks Washington by picking Gaetz for Attorney General. FDA employees move exit as Trump considers RFK Jr. for health position. U.S. states urged to bolster sanctuary protections against Trump's agenda. Nikki Haley says she had no interest in Trump cabinet position. Mayor Adams opens new satellite command in Queens to improve police response. Governor Hochul approves 3-year labor deal for NY state troopers. London Mayor Khan asserts Trump's criticism rooted in his ethnicity and Muslim identity. Man dies in explosions after attempted entry into Brazil's Supreme Court. Russian war plans trigger NATO response over Baltic Sea. India's Supreme Court bans bulldozer justice targeting Muslims. Song Hyung-min hits 50th goal for South Korea in 3-1 victory over Kuwait. And Lindsey Vonn ends retirement to rejoin US ski team. You are listening to Headlines, now news in detail. Donald Trump's selection of Congressman Matt Gaetz as his Attorney General has caused a stir in Washington. Gaetz, known for his fiery political style, is one of Trump's most loyal defenders. This controversial choice shows Trump's intention to challenge the current political order when he takes office in January. Trump's supporters expect Gaetz to reform the Department of Justice, which Trump has accused of unfairly targeting him. On social media, Trump praised Gaetz, saying he will remove corruption and restore the DOJ's focus on fighting crime. Gaetz' past controversies, including a previous DOJ investigation and allegations of misconduct, have raised concerns in the Senate, where his nomination awaits approval. Some lawmakers, even Republicans, are skeptical, with Senator Lisa Murkowski questioning the choice. As Trump builds his team, this appointment signals his commitment to a bold approach. Despite potential challenges, Trump's loyal base sees Gaetz as ready to take on the DOJ, and the upcoming Senate debate will determine his path forward. Some employees at the FDA considered leaving as Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was floated as a possible health official for the upcoming Trump administration. Several former and one current FDA official, speaking anonymously, noted that discussions about exiting have begun due to concerns about Kennedy's views on health policies. When Trump took office previously, similar concerns arose, but turnover was low and many states contributing to efforts like faster drug approvals. This time, however, staff concerns have increased with Trump's hint of limiting government officials' post-FDA job opportunities and Kennedy's potential changes to departments like the FDA's Nutrition Division. FDA Commissioner Robert Califf expressed uncertainty over the agency's future, sharing at a recent event that many employees are waiting to see what changes may come. Trump's team also mentioned Kennedy might lead Operation Warp Speed for childhood chronic disease, raising questions about his potential influence on FDA policies. For now, the agency awaits official announcements. California and other states are preparing to counter Donald Trump's proposed large-scale deportation effort aimed at expelling millions of immigrants from the U.S. Advocates have pushed state leaders to find innovative ways to protect vulnerable immigrant populations. California previously resisted Trump's immigration policies by enforcing sanctuary laws that limited cooperation with federal authorities. However, this new threat appears more intense. California's Attorney General Rob Bonta has called for reinforcing state sanctuary laws and warned against local sheriffs assisting federal immigration enforcement. Governor Gavin Newsom, who previously vetoed bills that would limit cooperation with ICE, now faces pressure to act more decisively. Advocates suggest new steps such as blocking private detention centers and expanding legal representation for immigrants. Cities like Los Angeles, under Mayor Karen Bass, have vowed to support immigrant communities. Meanwhile, groups like La Defensa plan to monitor immigration courts closely. California legislators are set to discuss responses in December, aiming to protect immigration rights and push back against Trump's policy. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley recently stated she was never interested in joining President-elect Donald Trump's new cabinet. On her radio show SiriusXM's Nikki Haley Live, Haley explained that Trump was aware of her lack of interest. She recalled that Steve Witkoff, now Trump's Middle East special envoy, had visited her in South Carolina and asked if she had any requests. Haley clarified there was no need for a truce between her and Trump, as she fully supported him. Although Haley and Trump had a complicated history, with Haley once challenging him in the Republican primaries, she indicated she was on standby to support his campaign before Election Day but didn't officially campaign. Last week, Trump stated on Truth Social that he wouldn't offer Haley a position in his administration but thanked her for her past service. Haley also mentioned telling Trump's transition team that he should select people who would give him honest advice, not people who would simply agree with him. Haley expressed no personal disappointment, saying she is content with her decision. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. New York City Mayor Eric Adams, with NYPD Interim Commissioner Thomas Donlon, announced the opening of a new neighborhood satellite command in College Point, Queens, which splits the 109th precinct into two zones. This move allows officers to respond faster to emergencies in northern Queens areas, including Flushing and Whitestone. The new command center, housed in existing NYPD space at the Police Academy, will add 54 officers and 12 supervisors. Mayor Adams highlighted that community feedback led to the satellite command's creation, aiming to address delays in emergency response times. He assured that the new command would help make the community safer by focusing on faster service for working families. Local leaders, including U.S. Representative Grace Meng, State Senator John Liu, and Assembly Member Jennifer Rajkumar, expressed gratitude for the improved police response in Queens. Community organizations like We Love Whitestone also praised the new command, emphasizing that it responded directly to their public safety needs. The community now looks forward to seeing enhanced safety and quicker police response times in this high-demand area of Queens. Governor Kathy Hochul recently announced the approval of 3-year labor agreements with 2 units of the Police Benevolent Association of New York State Troopers, representing about 4,000 state police members. This includes over 3,100 troopers working in road patrol and rural law enforcement, and 830 officers holding ranks such as Major, Captain, and Lieutenant who supervise these troopers. The contracts, which end on March 31, 2026, received strong support from both units, with 82% of troopers and 87% of officers voting in favor. The agreements provide annual raises, lump sum bonuses, and up to 12 weeks of fully paid parental leave. Governor Hochul emphasized that these contracts reflect a commitment to fair pay for the troopers' dedication to public safety. She expressed appreciation for the leadership of the PBA of New York State Troopers throughout negotiations. The contracts also include adjustments to health insurance plans to promote in-network care and help manage costs. For the first time, the vote was held electronically, marking a modernization effort by the PBA to enhance services for its members. Now it's time for global updates. London Mayor Sadiq Khan recently said that Donald Trump's repeated criticism of him was based on his ethnicity and Muslim faith, which Khan believes made Trump's attacks personal. This comment, shared on the High Performance podcast, could intensify the long-standing feud between Khan and the former U.S. president. Khan, the first Muslim mayor of a Western capital, originally criticized Trump's travel ban on several Muslim-majority countries, sparking Trump's remarks about his leadership on terrorism. During Trump's 2018 visit to the UK, Khan allowed an inflatable blimp of Trump as a diaper-wearing baby to fly over London in protest. Khan reflected that Trump targeted him for his background, saying, "If I wasn't a practicing Muslim or of this ethnicity, he wouldn't have attacked me." He added that he had spoken out against Trump's sexist, Islamophobic, and racist policies. Khan's comments contrast with the more diplomatic approach of his Labour Party colleagues, including Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who has worked to build a constructive relationship with Trump, even congratulating him on his recent election win. A man who tried and failed to enter Brazil's Supreme Court died after causing explosions outside the building. The blasts, which happened around 7:30 p.m., led to an evacuation of justices and staff who were safe. Authorities said the man first detonated explosives in a car parked near Congress, causing no injuries, before approaching the Supreme Court and setting off 2 explosions outside. Brazil's Federal District Lieutenant Governor Celina Leão explained that the man attempted to enter the court but could not. The identity of the man remains unknown. Local media reported that the exploded car was linked to Brazil's Liberal Party, which former President Jair Bolsonaro belongs to. However, officials have not confirmed if the deceased man was the car's owner. Following the explosions, Brazil's Senate closed on Thursday and police began investigating, securing the area near the Supreme Court and other government buildings. The Supreme Court has faced threats from far-right groups, especially supporters of Bolsonaro, following actions against misinformation. President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva met with officials to discuss the incident, and investigations are ongoing. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. Italian and Norwegian jets were quickly mobilized after Russian aircraft were spotted over the Baltic Sea and near the Norwegian coast. The Italian Air Force intercepted a Russian Kut-A jet over the Baltic Sea, according to NATO Allied Air Command. Meanwhile, Norwegian Air Force F-35 jets identified multiple Russian aircraft flying in international airspace of Norway's coast. Both the Norwegian and Italian air forces were deployed under NATO's authority. NATO did not provide further details about the Russian aircraft's intentions, but noted that the jets were not adhering to international norms during the interception. This marks the latest in a series of incidents involving Russian warplanes in recent months. Earlier in 2024, US forces intercepted Russian warplanes off Alaska, while similar events occurred in 2023. Norway, part of the Arctic Circle, has seen increased Russian military activity, including tests of advanced hypersonic missiles. The Baltic Sea's proximity to the Arctic Circle adds to the tension in the region, with Russia's military presence continuing to grow. India's Supreme Court recently condemned the practice of demolishing properties without due process, a practice that critics say primarily targets Muslims. The court issued guidelines to ensure that authorities follow legal procedures before demolitions take place. The ruling came after multiple petitions highlighted demolitions in BJP-ruled states where properties of individuals accused of crimes, many of them Muslims, were demolished without trial. Known as bulldozer justice, the practice has been criticized for bypassing the judicial system and disproportionately affecting poor Muslims. The court declared that authorities cannot take arbitrary action without following the law. It also introduced new guidelines, including issuing prior notices and documenting the demolitions with video recordings. The court emphasized the inhuman impact, particularly on vulnerable groups like women, children, and the elderly, urging authorities to exercise restraint. There was no immediate response from the ruling BJP party, which has defended the demolitions, claiming that the properties were illegally built and had received prior notices. This landmark ruling is expected to reshape how such demolitions are conducted in India in the future. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Son Heung-min scored his 50th international goal, helping South Korea to a 3-1 win over Kuwait, bringing them closer to the 2026 World Cup. The South Korean captain, back from injury, scored a first-half penalty in his 130th game for his country. Oh Se-hoon opened scoring early with a powerful header, and Son's penalty doubled the lead. Kuwait's Mohamed Daham pulled one back with a half volley, but Bae Jin-ho sealed the win with South Korea's third goal. South Korea now leads Group B with 4 wins and a draw, on track for World Cup qualification. In Group C, Australia and Saudi Arabia drew 0-0 in Melbourne. Both teams now level on points with China, who earned a 1-0 win over Bahrain. In Group A, Iran held on to beat North Korea 3-2 despite going down to 10 men in the second half. Iran, now at the top of their group, looks strong as they continue their campaign for a World Cup spot. Lindsey Vonn, a 3-time Olympic medalist and 4-time World Cup champion, announced plans to rejoin the U.S. ski team, aiming to compete again. Vonn, 40 years old, retired in 2019 due to injuries, but after a partial knee replacement surgery in April, she reported being pain-free. Vonn retired as the most successful female ski racer with 82 World Cup wins, later surpassed by Mikaela Shiffrin. Recently, Vonn has been seen training in New Zealand and Austria, sparking rumors of her return. She shared videos of her progress on social media, focusing on the Super G and downhill events. She suggested her first race could be next month at the World Cup in Beaver Creek, Colorado. Vonn also hinted that she might consider competing in the 2026 Winter Olympics in Cortina d'Ampezzo, Italy, where she had multiple career victories. However, she said her plans depend on her progress in the coming months. We'll be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,845.42. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 7.87 points or 0.04%. Tokyo stock close price is 38,721.66. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 654.43 points or 1.66%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,439.28. The Shanghai index is increased by 17.31 points or 0.51%. Hong Kong stock close price is 19,823.45. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 23.43 points or 0.12%. Bombay stock close price is 77,690.95. The Sensex index is decreased by 984.23 points or 1.25%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Trump shocks Washington by picking Gaetz for Attorney General. FD employees Mueller exit as Trump considers RFK Jr. for health position. U.S. states urged to bolster sanctuary protections against Trump's agenda. Nikki Haley says she had no interest in Trump cabinet position. Mayor Adams opens new satellite command in Queens to improve police response. Governor Hochul approves 3-year labor deal for NY state troopers. London Mayor Khan asserts Trump's criticism rooted in his ethnicity and Muslim identity. Man dies in explosions after attempted entry into Brazil's Supreme Court. Russian war plans trigger NATO response over Baltic Sea. India's Supreme Court bans bulldozer justice targeting Muslims. Song Heung-min hits 50th goal for South Korea in 3-1 victory over Kuwait. And Lindsey Vonn ends retirement to rejoin US ski team. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jadoo TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.